Well, you gotta love absolute live things that you do. Folks, I just came on a few minutes ago, and as a couple of people were saying, I kind of sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks if you want. And I think that was the best description I could give of that. And that's exactly what it sounded like when I came back and listened. I think we had to change the sets up. I'm going to mess around and see what I can do with that other set. But otherwise, you are still here with Uncle Steve's Lounge, and we're still going to talk about this 2025 season. We're just going to reboot it, flip it around, serve it in a different bag, and it's still going to be the Monday Minutia, and you're still in Uncle Steve's Lounge.
You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Gonna sit down, have a good time. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge.
Hey, what's going on again? This is your Uncle Steve here in Uncle Steve's Lounge on the Monday Minutia. That's right, the 2025 debut of the Monday Minutia for the 2025 football season. And of course, I kick it off with a bang because I guess some little elves or something got into my system. And I don't know what happened, but I appreciate all of you guys alerting me, whether it was uh, on a different platform or whatever. But thank you all for doing that. I hope I sound like an adult now, though that would have been kind of funny. Like somebody's gonna probably get that and chop it up somewhere. So I'm just letting y'all know right now, it wasn't me. I was trying to, man. And the funny thing was, I set everything up perfectly. I had everything kind of put like I wanted to, so I was ready to go. Had my little stuff out, and things happen. But you know what? You pivot and you go on to the next thing, and that's what we've done. I hope everyone is having a great a great holiday weekend here for Labor Day weekend. Enjoying this extra day. Everybody going back to the grind tomorrow and doing what you need to do. But we are leading into what I think is probably one of the most, as far as anticipation is concerned, uh, hype seasons for the Atlanta Falcons. I think we've seen an off season where it doesn't look like there were many missteps as far as some of the transactions were made. I know there are a lot of people still fussing about the Kirk Cousins situation. A lot of people not happy that some of their favorite undrafted free agents didn't get on the team, which is interesting to me, but that's a whole nother topic. But for the most part, I do feel like the Atlanta Falcons has kind of created this team. I think a team that is catering to what this coaching staff is going to be easy to communicate with, if that makes any sense. In other words, I think you have that level of uh, folks that will sit there and listen. Now, I am aware that Jake Matthews is still on the team. For anybody who thinks that I'm gonna shade person I'm talking about next, I do feel like when they got rid of Grady Jarrett, which I agreed with the financial situation and the what you had to pay him, I kind of agreed with that move. That really actually wasn't as much of a shock. I kind of thought they were going to get rid of him last year, but I think that opened the door for this new era of the team to kind of come in and have their own identity. I know you all probably saw they named the captains for the team today. On defense is Jesse Caden, uh, special teams Kenyon, and then offense is Penix, uh, and the two linemen Jake and Chris Lindstrom. And I think with much respect to Grady Jarrett, I think that was important to do going into this season because you are going to have some young bucks, kind of like when Grady came in and right there along with Vic the next year, Vic Beasley, Vic, uh, Brian Poole, Deion Jones, DeAndre Campbell, uh, that little version of those guys that they were young and they just were ready to get out there. I'd argue that this rookie class, from a talent standpoint coming in, should be better. So we're going to roll the dice with a younger team. We're going to roll the dice with a younger quarterback. And sometimes that'll work, sometimes it won't. But you know what? I'm excited to hear. So I want to hear, and I mean, you can throw predictions if you want to. I really wasn't trying to make it a prediction show, but hey, it's whatever you want to make it. But just tell me, how are you feeling like about the team right now, about the Atlanta Falcons, about the organization going into now? I'm not talking about what made you cry in February of 2017. I'm not talking about what made me cry in January of 1981 against the Cowboys. I'm not talking about the past seasons. I'm not talking about the 7 losing seasons prior to that. I'm talking about what is your gut feeling going into this year. And if you're somebody that you say the Grady Jarrett, same old, Falcons, I mean, that's on you. I feel you. But let me know if that's what you're feeling. And if that is how you feel, and tell me why you feel that way. Because I do think it's important to know what's guiding that thought with you. I'm gonna go over here into the chat, see what everybody's talking about. And again, I appreciate you all that came back here after that very interesting stuff. But thanks a lot. John Brooks is in the house. What's going on, John? How you doing, my friend? I have applause here that I could do right here, but I got the horn. What's up, Falcons? Football is here, and I'm hyped. Let's go, Falcons. I am down with that as well. Brandon Levy is in the house. What up, Brandon? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Super excited for next week. Got my tailgate space already. See, you know what? Those are the things that people don't realize. See, those are things, man, that tailgate, that first tailgate, that first one. It's a different feeling than in December when you either out of the playoffs or going for a playoff spot. But last year was kind of interesting because, a lot of people were still excited because there was a chance in that last week. Let's hope we're going into the end against the Saints already clinching that spot there. South Ricky, you're going to get me for messing that up. Appreciate you, brother. He said, what's going on over everyone? Falcons Nation over everybody. That's what I'm talking about, Rick. I hear you. I hear you. Georgia, Texas boy is here as well. What's going on, Uncle Steve and Falcons family? The new era is here, and the Atlanta Falcons will rise in 2025 and beyond. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. John Brooks says, I have to admit, Uncle Steve's theme is a bomb. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. We got something for you for 2025. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. My brother, 95 North, Berto, Felipe Frank's favorite fan of all time. And he, y'all make sure y'all check him out on 95 North Falcons Talk. And he'll be with Bro Talk on Wednesday, as I'm pretty sure they're going to have an interesting, that'll be their initial show going into that first game. So you don't want to miss the previews that they're going to have on their show. They always have a very, if you want to know literally about the roster, what's going on that week, those two cats always have it down pat. So make sure you check. He said, how many studios do you have, Unc? Well, let me tell you, Berto, what I did was I sold my Felipe Franks jersey for quite a bit more than the $99 it originally cost, and I was able to afford 2 new studios. No. Travis, how are you? House, man. Hey, Unc, always good to see you on the tube. Let's get this dub on Sunday. Man, y'all, that's the thing I love about Labor Day, because now it's Monday, so it's time to get into this thing. Antonio Henderson, another of our guys in the house. He said, what's good, Uncle Steve? Ready for some football, brother? You know I'm ready. I'm ready. Tape roll. Is it? Falcons time. Falcons going to roll over them Bucks in week 1. I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope so. I said, you sound like Big Low. Hey, man, I guess that's a compliment. I mean, shout out to Big Low Country Sports, man. That's my guy, man. He checked in on me today, man. Good to hope everything's going well with him and see what's going on. Tay Bro said, I thought you would do it on purpose. See, that's how everybody is now. I say, y'all know, man, Uncle Steve playing. Y'all know he playing. I wasn't playing. I think I know what happened on my mixer. I think I might have inadvertently hit the pitch button. There's a pitch button that can make your voice, or it can make your voice sound like that. So that's probably what happened. William Amy's in the house, man. What's going on? Consistency for this team on all 3 phases, brother. Don't we all? I'm trying to tell you this. We really do need that. I hope we get it this week. Justin Swisher. Kirk go come in handy with this O-line. Let me tell you something. Justin is on to something. Don't y'all? I don't want anybody to get it twisted. Yes, we're still upset with Kurt about the situation. Might have been stretching the truth about his injuries. Shouldn't have been playing, and you should have let the young kid come in, all of this and all that. I get that. Yeah, I know we owe him $30-something million and blah, blah, blah. I get that. But the Atlanta Falcons are in a really good place at the quarterback position. So if things do go left, we have a backup plan. And contrary to belief, Kurt is not the worst quarterback when healthy. He's not the worst quarterback in the NFL. And we got him. So guess what? We're going to have to figure it out. So I'm cool with it. Y'all do your uncle a favor, man, as y'all coming in. And again, appreciate y'all coming back for round 2. Y'all hit that like button for me, whether you're on YouTube, on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Y'all pump that up, man. We need to get this bad boy to 2,000, man. I've been stuck in the 1,600s. And I know I haven't been doing a lot of off-season videos as I normally do, but I would like to make that push going into the year. So I'll be saying that a whole lot. That's not for me, for my ego, or not for my just to get up to that 2,000, just to let everybody know this is the place that they can come. It's a safe space that you can come discuss the Atlanta Falcons and not feel like you are going to get ridiculed for your opinions or get told that you're a fool or something worse than that. That's not what we do here. What we do here is we try to encourage our fans here. We are all Atlanta Falcons fans, and I don't care what tone you use it in. We are all wanting us to win. So here in Uncle Steve's Lounge, we welcome that. So y'all tell your friends and make sure y'all let them know that here in Uncle Steve's Lounge, we are cool. And please hit the like button for it. Brandon says, what do you feel about Sunday's game? Our chances. I like our chances. I think just as you found out this weekend with college football, just as you found out, uh, it's so hard to know in week one what you're gonna go up against because everybody has projected what's gonna happen, but Tampa Bay is a different team than last year. Atlanta's a different team than last year. I hear everybody and yeah, when I'm in my stuff talking mode, in other words, I'm standing there with a Tampa Bay fan. Of course, I'm going to bring up that we won 3 of the last 4. Of course, I'm going to bring up we swept the series last year. Of course, I'm going to bring all that up. But quite honestly, for the 2025 season, it's a whole different vibe, whole different team. So it'll be important to see how we come out. But as far as our chances, I absolutely think we're gonna win the game. If you ask me right now. Southside says, I'm not mad Grady got let go. I just feel bad that we got rid of him when we started pouring resources into the defense. Now, that's a very good point because it would if it's anybody on this team that deserves to be around during a winning time, it's Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett has had to go through remember when he was here, he got here at the height of Matt Julio, I would say the prime of Matt Julio, and now the last couple of years, and not to say I'm not trying to act like Grady Jarrett was an all-pro all those years, but I will say he was the face of the franchise. He was the face of the guys, especially when Matt left those couple of years. So yeah, it's unfortunate because he is a good guy. Had a chance to say hello to his family on the sides down there before, and they're nothing but nice people. And I'm sure he home is still Atlanta, but sad that it did have to happen. But it is unfortunately what it is. William says we could have to keep your safeties fresh, and I'm assuming you mean rotations. He said I just got to see this year we a wild card team, and that's fine. Listen, look, man, it doesn't matter. Just get in. You only have to win one more game than everybody else if you're a wild card team. Wild card team doesn't mean a thing, especially the way they have it slotted now with the playoff. The only team that plays less games are the number one seeds in both sides. You're going to have to win the same amount of games. To get to the Super Bowl, you got to win 3, unless you're the number 1 seed. So just get in. Wild card, doesn't matter. See what Washington did. Amani in the house. What's up, Nip? How we going? Listen, man. If y'all hear this out in the distance, this was Armani yesterday at about 4 o'clock. Those Alabama Crimson Tide, boy, they will let you down, won't they? Won't they let you down? He said, "What's up? Oh, I'll be there at the BS 113, and I feel great. Got to have hope since Bama going 7-5. Look, man, Bama in some trouble, man. Woo! Bama in some trouble. But I told people that it was going to take some transition as far as this is concerned. Bama's going to be back. Whether it's going to be DeBoer's there to bring them back, I don't know. But they'll be back. They'll be. Brandon says, I feel like we have 3 all-pro offensive players. I'm assuming you're saying Drake, Lindstrom, and Bijan. I'm going to assume those are the ones. He says Bijan, Drake, and Kyle. Oh, you say Bijan, Drake, and Kyle. Interesting. Kyle Pitts, I think we all want so bad for Kyle Pitts to have the year that or have the type of impact that we've expected of him since 2021. And folks, I hope he does. Long as he wears a Falcon uniform, I'm always going to root for him. But I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm not even counting on it. So if it happens, great. But because, I see him with a little spryness in his step. I see his attitude seems like it's a little bit more chipper. I see all these things, and I want to be positive. And I'm positive as long as he's on this team. So don't get me wrong. But when I look at what's happened before, I have to say there's a little bit of pause. But hey, let's see what happens. Antonio says it feels good to be finally balanced on both sides of the ball, looking to be top 10 on both sides of the ball this year as well. Best draft and offseason we've had in a while, regardless of the injuries so far. And that's, Antonio, as I was having a stream, I want to say it was about 2 weeks ago or whatever. There is always going to be an injury. Always. There is going to be a starter for every team in the NFL. If you look at Tampa Bay, they have Wirfs, and he's coming back. But there's always going to be an unexpected injury. This is a physical game. These guys are not trying to play flag football. So when McGarry went down, it's super unfortunate. Great thing is they say he'll be back, and he should be back 100%. So hopefully that works out for 26. But I also have faith in what we do. I don't know why everybody is doom and gloom about Elijah Wilkinson. Why? I mean, who knows? You remember that ragtag offensive line in 2015 that everybody criticized, and everybody was like, "Yeah, Levitri, what is that? Chris Chester, old behind, what are he doing? What the?" And that was the same exact offensive line that carried us to the Super Bowl in 2016. Every single last one of them, except for Alex Mack. So, you just gotta, you know, let's just hope he's been there and been around long enough to help us out on the O line. Jack Doe in the house. How you feeling, man? He was reaching out to me today. He's like, "Dang, Steve, your voice changed." No, it didn't. And shout out to Jack Doe. And we want to send him some love for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It ain't gonna look that good this year, man. They got old man Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers thinking more about retirement than he think about the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. T. Walker is in the house. So excited. I'm flying up for the game and got the Penix jersey arriving in time for me to wear to the game. Been a long time since I've been this hyped. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that type of energy for you. So I'm glad, Walk. I'm glad you're getting a chance to come up here, and hopefully you get a chance to witness a victory in the Benz. Travis says, of course, the right side of the line is a concern for me, especially with that being Penix's blind side. I'm also wondering about the interior defensive line. Who's going to step up and push the pocket? I mean, I look, it's football, and I hope that whoever it sounds like it's going to be Wilkinson, that's going to be on that right side. It fills in admirably, and until we find an answer, he might not be the final answer. I got a feeling they're still looking for folks. They're just not saying it, and hopefully we can get somebody in there. But until then, we just got to see. And also remember, even though I know it's been a whole lot of talk about blind side, we also don't have someone that is going to be a statue back there in the backfield. So I think as long as we have somebody athletic enough to kind of move around and get out of there, I think we'll be fine. As far as the defensive line, interior, that was my biggest concern coming into 2025. I'm excited for Dorless. I'm excited for Rook. I'm excited for the young guys that we're keeping on this team, but I'm not naive. I still think you'll see early, because I'm pretty sure they're going to give us a big dose of Bucky Irvin from Tampa, and we're going to see exactly how that line is going to hold up against Tampa Bay. It's going to be interesting to see. Rusty Moore is in here, man. More optimistic this year than I have been in recent seasons. I think the right tackle is a huge concern, and I have a slight concern about the defense being so young. But guess what? That 2016 D was young too. Absolutely, absolutely. I hear you loud and clear. And you're right. I think if you ask most Falcon fans, Rusty, right now, that right tackle position is a concern. But guess what? Let's run Bijan left and see what happens, man. Because at the end of the day, if Michael Penix throws over 25 times, I think that's not good. I think in a perfect game plan, the Falcons will be able to rush the ball and be able to be able to do their thing. My brother Joseph Evans is in the house. What's going on, man? Rise up, rise up. Listen, I'm taking a 20-second break, and I need y'all help. I'm gonna go to the bottom of the line right quick. Y'all see, my team is getting drafted on CBS. So I want to ask one question. I'm down to a flex. So this is, I need y'all to help me real quick. I need a flex wide receiver, second receiver. No, actually, this is no, I take that back. This is not a flex. This is the first bench receiver. So I need to ask, and y'all hurry up and give me these right quick because I got about 40 seconds before I have to pick. Out of these receivers, who would you pick on the team for your fantasy league? And I'm sorry, I'm taking like this much. Michael Pittman from Indianapolis, Darnell Mooney from the Falcons, Cooper Kupp from Seattle, or Chris Godwin from Tampa Bay. I know Godwin is hurt, so that's probably going to take him out of the mix. Cooper Kupp, I think, could be kind of interesting because he's kind of a rebirth up there in Seattle. And then Darnell, he's hurt. I'm not sure about Darnell with that. But Michael Pittman has been somebody who's been pretty consistent with the Colts. And again, this is my first bench wide receiver, so that's good. So I'm trying to see. I'm going to go down here real quick, and then we're going to get right back up to the comments. Joseph said Cooper Kupp. That's one for him. Mooney says, yeah. Dirty Bird, what's going on, brother? He says Cooper. Yep. David Starr says Cooper. All right. George. Okay. All right. You know what? Good. Appreciate everybody. And right now, as y'all see, it's green. I am picking Cooper Kupp as my receiver. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all helping me. Thank y'all for helping me doing that for my my team there, my fantasy team. Hopefully we can win in other ways too. Appreciate that, everybody. Anthony Booker is in the house. What's going on? Steve, man, I'm so ready for the new season and optimistic our defense will get a few turnovers. And that was the thing. I hope, we got to get some turnovers this year. I think you get these young guys out there. Hopefully, Xavier Watts brings that ball hawking skill with him, and let's see if we can get this thing rolling. My brother Winston Thornton is in the house. What's up? He is in here from the eye test. Y'all make sure y'all check him and John Harris out, mostly on Wednesday nights. They are the late night shift. They're the ones that goes to Waffle House and have their lunch there at night and talk to you all night. What's going on in chat? Smash that button. Appreciate you, brother. Southside Ricky said, sounded like Michelle A. Oh, dang. Before she stepped in the booth. For all you young cats that don't know Michelle A. Michelle A. is Michelle A. was hot for a quick second as far as on the charts. That No More Lies, Something in My Heart, and she sang background on a couple of some of the NWA stuff they were doing back there, and she famously dated Dr. Dre and Suge Knight. So she is back there. And if you listen to her off song voice, it is something to laugh at. So, but you're wrong for that, Southside. You're wrong. ATL Skate Man in the house. What's going on? Steve, I feel extra more wins this year, I can go with that. Let's go. Absolutely. Absolutely. How about brother Pandemic's in the house? What's going on? Brother? Man, I'm ready for this season to start, my friend. Ready for this season to start. He said, let's go, everybody. Spread the word. Uncle Steve is in the building with Uncle Steve's Lounge. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I appreciate for all of you who went through the step one. Thanks again. Thanks for coming in. Again, what we're doing is I want everybody to tell us their initial thoughts 2025 season. If you're worried about if you're feeling good about the Falcons, put it in the chat. If you're feeling bad about the Falcons, put it in the chat. If you feel like we're going to have 4 all-pro players on the offensive side, put it in the chat. If you think we're going to fall flat on our face and Raheem is out of here next year, put it in the chat. We're going to talk about it all. I'm going to read everyone I can get to, and we're going to do it like we're doing Twan right now. What's going on? I'm excited and nervous at the same time, but I think we can take Tampa. I think this is an important game for us. We have to win week 1 at home in a division game. And boy, just boo-hoo to the NFL schedule makers for putting that conference, well, not only division, but a conference game up there first. But you know what? If you want to get to the playoffs and you want to be recognized at that team, these are the teams, as he said, these are the games you got to win. So, yeah, I still feeling good about it. I feel optimistic about that. My brother David Starks is in here, man. For the last few years about these Falcons, man. He said, what's up, Steve? I'm cautiously excited for this season. I think we're going to win the division, and I also think that Penix Jr. will have a much better season than folks are anticipating. And I go back to as far as Penix is concerned, I hope people aren't thinking that Penix has to have a 4,000-yard season with 35 touchdowns and 6 interceptions to call it successful. In my perfect world, Penix would have land somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000. Give me at least 20-plus touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions. 10 to 15 as a rookie is not going to destroy you. But as long as we use our very good running game and not try to get too pass happy, I think that's going to be the key for a young quarterback to get his feet going, get his feet kind of rolling. Southside says, man, my coworkers better pray we squander this season. If we do what I think we're going to do, there's going to be nothing to keep me from talking cash like to anyone and everyone. And listen, Southside, oh, my friend, I have plenty of folks. One of my former coworkers, he and I retired the same day, and he's a huge Tampa Bay fan. And oh boy, I gave it to him on those 2 losses like nobody's business. Trust me. So hopefully we can have some bragging rights for that. Pandemic says Kyle Pitts is 6 degrees of separation for us against the lead this season. Listen, man, I really hope Pitts shuts up the noise, quiets the noise. Quieting the noise is going to be 8 touchdowns and about 800 yards receiving. Now, keep in mind, you got Drake, you got a couple of people that you got to worry about, but you know, we gotta do better as far as that's concerned. Got a super chat in the house. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That is Pandemic. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got. He says, Kyle Pitts separates us from the rest of the league. Don't know what went on between him and Cousins, but from what I saw from him and Ryan and Penix so far, I'm sold. We appreciate that. Thank you so much and appreciate that super chat, my friend.
Stay woke. The Falcons creeping. Gonna find ya. You get to sleeping. Now stay woke. The Falcons creeping.
appreciate you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Y'all make sure y'all support Atlanta Falcons Pandemic. He's another content creator out there that always has his eye on what's going on in the Atlanta Falcons content area. Please make sure you hit him up, subscribe over there at him as well. Appreciate you, brother. David says, even if Pitts has a prime Kelsey type year, I'm looking at tight ends this year watching college because I don't want to pay him. I actually think the Falcons don't want to pay him too. If I'm looking, barring Kyle Pitts having an amazing year, and you say prime Kelsey, I even go further than that. Like he has an all-pro year. Barring that, I think he's gone. And they would have shown that they really had faith in him if they had just extended him 2 years. But they didn't even go that much. And I think Kyle knows why. And whether he and Kirk were having problems or not, you still have to play like, hey, Kirk might not be here. You got to do your thing. Southside says Kyle is going to do the work, 68 catches, 988, 8 tutties. Okay, we can live with that. Now, if you give me that right now, Southside, Falcons going to be get me at least 12 wins if we can get that. David says, I thought McGarry was gone for the year and Norton was out for 68 weeks. I think I said that, right? I think I said that right. And if I did slip, I was wrong. I didn't mean to mislead it, but yeah, McGarry is gone. I think I was talking about Wirtz earlier this in the program, and I was saying Wirtz from Tampa Bay is going to be out for this game coming up. But no, I knew McGarry was out of there. Cushido is in the house. What is going on? I'm trying to get my thing. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Again, appreciate everyone joining us here. Don't forget to hit that like button for me on either YouTube or on Facebook. And those of you watching on Twitter, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all joining the club in here. Southside said Wilkinson's decent. Everyone act like he's absolute trash, which is crazy. And that's my thing. I don't think he's really trash. I never thought he was. Now listen, he didn't make the team and got cut about a year or so ago, but I mean he's back here and yeah, I'm like you. Let's give him a chance and see. Let's see what happens. But for everybody bagging on him, Storm Norton was the backup too. And I'm pretty sure, despite his very masculine name, that is a reason he's a backup too. So, yeah, be careful. Southside said his Pitts jersey is supposed to be arriving on Thursday. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Pandemic says Kyle Pitts is what's going to separate us from the rest of the league. Book it. The league is officially warned. Hashtag Team Pitts. Hey, man, no problem with that. No problem with that at all. Skip down here a little bit. That one Falcon fan is there. He said, what's good, Can't wait for next Monday for us fans to overreact over game one. Whether we win or lose, nonetheless, surpass 100 subscribers and drop the hype video and NFC South prediction video. Y'all make sure y'all give that one Falcon fan some love over on his channel as he's getting into this thing really good. So, listen, I'm right there with him. We will tend to overreact, but in fairness, as fans, since we walked off that field on the Benz in despair after losing to Carolina until Sunday, there is so much built inside of us right now that, boy, oh boy, a loss would just, it would temporarily demoralize you. But in fairness, last year, and I know it didn't end up in the playoffs, in fairness, last year, we kicked off last year with a dud and bounced back pretty quickly until all the drama with the am I hurt? Am I hurt? Should I be playing? Dirty Bird 6'7" is in the house, trying to give love to our Cincinnati buddy up there.
I love Desmond.
He did they have Desmond on the sideline for that game last week? Cincinnati got dogged out. I don't know. Maybe that's why. That what Falcons said this game will be tough for us. I honestly see us losing 28-25. Losing McGarry is going to expose a major problem for us. Plus, we are 1-4 in home season openers, and Todd Bowles is 3-0. Now, again, you can't argue stats. That's what happened. Those are the facts and whatever. Tampa Bay is missing one of the best tackles in the game in Wirfs. For all of us talking about McGarry, now, as far as that run game, it is going to make a difference. So I'm not trying to downplay it. But Tampa Bay has one to match you on the other side. If y'all think for 1 minute that the Falcons aren't looking at that weakness on that side, you got to be crazy. So, hey, man, I hear you. Southside says she went from bad with Trey to worse to should, right? Absolutely. She's a cutie, though. That's Yo-Yo's sister? Is that Yo-Yo's sister or cousin or something like that? Something like that. I know they look just like. Georgia Texas boy said, I'm feeling good about this team. Penix and this offense is ready to play. I think so, too. Dirty Bird says, feel like good season is coming. I hear you. Not for everybody says he's feeling good about the season. I hear you. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Anwar Hill, what is going on? How you doing? He said, extremely optimistic for this season. I hear you, Anwar. I'm right there with you. That one Falcon fan says, one thing I guarantee is going to happen is that Leonard Floyd, Arnold Ebiketie, Jalen Walker, and James Pierce at least get one sack. Hey, they better. They better. Now, if you talk about in one game or you talk about all season, I hope you talk about all in one game. Anwar says, hit that like button. Thank you, Anwar. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Again, y'all just want to support the channel. I appreciate it, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, or on Twitch. Y'all make sure you tell a friend, share the video out. I don't care. I'm just ready to talk to everybody after this game one and talk about it. Speaking of which, this is going to be the schedule usually coming up. I am going to go back to the regular Monday Minutia, so you all will be hearing from me on Mondays. And if it's a home game, as we're doing this Sunday, I'll be at the game, but I'll be back. And I usually start the Sunday chill at 7:30. So we'll talk. After that, we'll talk about the game. Hopefully, we'll be talking about a W. Hopefully, we're talking about some good times for the Falcons and the fans that day. Let's see what happens. That one Falcon fan says, last thing, remember the starters didn't play. This game will be rusty, kind of like the Steelers game last year. And that is a very good point for all of us that were saying last year and at the end when it was over, man, we better play our starters. And I think Raheem doubled down and just said, no, that's not how we do business. There's going to be a microscope, my friend, over what happens. And that's a very good point. Very good point. Southside said Penix is going to throw up 4,098 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 9 picks. And if he does that, again, we should be talking not only double-digit wins, but probably a lofty seed in the NFC. Joseph says, for Pitts and the Falcons to be successful, all they have to do is have him come off the ball, go 3-4 yards, and dump the ball off to him. And you know, that sounds simple enough, but he's right. Kind of get him into the flow of things. Yeah, I mean, you know Drake gonna get his. And especially if Mooney isn't ready. I was listening to the press conference with Raheem this afternoon, and he was very non-committal. He says day to day. As far as now, is he playing a cat and mouse game to not give away any competitive edges? I get that too. But yeah, you probably need to, especially if Darnell doesn't go. You probably need to get him into that game a little bit more as far as some passes. Georgia Texas boy say, are they going to be rusty? We don't know that. I hope they're not. I hope not, but it is fair to insinuate that the same thing could happen that happened last year. I'm hoping it's not. Southside says, I'm from Florida. Half my cousins Bucks fans. I let them all have it last year. Oh, I'm sure you did. Let's get the trifecta. Let's get both wins and the division this year, so we can get 3 times the laugh on the Bucks fans. Georgia Texas boy said, one thing I have seen, these guys are accountable for falling short last year and ready to right the ship. You haven't heard excuses. You're right. They have not given excuses. When you hear Bates, when you hear Ellis, when you hear Chris Lindstrom, they all say the same thing. Yep, we did that last year. So let's see how we bounce back for that. Having accountability is a huge and a mature step when you start talking about seeing what you did in the past to correct what you need to do in the future. And the future is Sunday. Southside says Pitts better show that Philly energy this year, just like Matty Ice used to. I hope he does. Well, and then also Southside, whether it ends up good or bad for him or not, he's actually battling for next year's paycheck. And somebody's going to pay him. They're going to pay him clearly for his size and the athletic freakness that he has as an athlete. But the better year he has, he's going to get paid. He is literally playing for that next check. Brandon says we look bad in week 1 last year. That was a huge problem. It was. Let's hope, Brandon, and it's fair, Brandon, but let's hope 2025 is different. And who knows, maybe whatever they prepared when they weren't practicing or the way they were doing things in their scrimmages or in their practices, maybe they're doing something different. We'll never know because we're not on the inside for that. But you're not exaggerating when you say we look bad. Defense looked good because remember, the guy that won the game was the kicker. Kicker kicked like, 4 50-yard field goals? Not like they didn't score a touchdown. Homeboy was just kicking it all over the place. Dex Diggs in the house, man. What's going on, brother? He said, what's up, big ump? I think we can take him. How about you? Oh, I know we can take him. It ain't even about a thing. I know we can take him. Now, it's a matter of, does the team know they can take him? See, and the great thing, Dex, about this, Tampa can't come in with any bravado. Yeah, they can hold up an NFC South banner after they got bounced the first game in the playoffs. They can bring that up all day. But there is something mentally to say as far as Baker Mayfield is like, dang, I just can't beat this team. So you do have that small edge over them as well. So take advantage of that. Southside also brought up a very good point. They are missing Godwin. Godwin is not available. So as for the Falcons, yeah, the woe is me with the McGarry and the possibility of Mooney and all of that stuff. You're right. But every NFL team is dealing with injuries. So it's not nobody's feeling sorry for the Falcons. And I promise you, I'm not feeling sorry for the Bucks or any other team. I'm really not. Injuries happen. My brother Antavius is in the house, man. What is going on? One to remember, man. Don't tell me that. I am so hyped. I got a reveal to show later on this week, and I'll let y'all in on it later on when we get into the end of the week. I might throw in a pregame, possibly Saturday. We're gonna see. Fortunately, with a little bit more time now with retirement going on, so we might be sneaking in a couple of pop-ins and see if we're talking about something that I'm anticipating this week. So we'll see. Falcons pandemic said one thing in this world that not taxed is that like button. You ain't lying, man. Yeah, y'all, it doesn't hurt one bit, man. Y'all hit the like button for a brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, not one bit. So y'all help me out. He's absolutely right. Absolutely. Y'all help him out too on this channel. Brandon says Tampa has trouble in the secondary. We may see Penix push the ball deep a lot Sunday. Let me tell you something, Brandon. I'll be willing to bet you, and especially if Mooney is healthy, they're gonna try to go. They're gonna try to go deep at least. Mark it down. At least they're gonna take 4 shots. At least 4 shots. Because Penix can put it out there. I think they're gonna try. They are definitely gonna try. Now Wingfield is good. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. He's good. So but I think he'll try. Dave said they've been singing the praises of Casey Washington this camp. I hope they're right. I mean, I haven't seen anything that showed me anything different. But again, it's not me that I don't have to prove anything. They don't have to prove anything to me. But I will say, Casey Washington, I hope you're ready, because if Mooney isn't there, it kind of sounds like he might be getting a lot of time. Oh, they might have Agnew up there. We haven't seen Agnew either. I know he's been nursing some injuries, but from what it sounded like, Coach Raheem says he'll be ready on week 1. If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard him say that last week. Pandemic says NFL tried throwing all these tough AFC teams at us. Pitt's best games were against AFC. Absolutely. Well, in a sense, though, AFC East sans Buffalo. Are you really that scared of? Not saying that scared, but aside of Buffalo, yeah, Miami, New England, the Jets. Yeah, if you don't go 3-1 against the AFC East, I'm gonna be pretty upset, because this isn't the Brady Patriots. This isn't Miami. I mean, Tua is okay. You know, him and Tyreek haven't been on the same page. Yeah, I'm not feeling the East like that. Buffalo, look, I'm not gonna try to pretend like I don't think Buffalo is one of the top 4 teams in the NFL. I can't pretend. Josh Allen is amazing last year. So let's see. Brandon said it was mostly Kurt looking bad. He looked old. He looked old, and he looked like he wasn't ready, Brandon. He looked like his body wasn't ready for that game. And I almost think he came back too early. How about we put that out? I think that might have happened. Samuel Davis in the house. Are missing their all-pro lineman, Tristan Wirfs. So hopefully it helps the Falcons. And again, Samuel, I had mentioned that earlier. So it is kind of like a, tip attack. You lost yours, we lost ours. And I'm telling you, Tristan is no joke. So if you go down and ask the outside national people looking in, they're going to say, oh, Tampa is in worse shape than the Falcons are. And it's not saying Grady. I mean, McGarry is not a great run block. They are going to miss him and Lindstrom plowing down the side. But let's see what Wilkinson can do. You never know. Lowski in the house. What's going on? How much playing a half in preseason benefits the starters with 2 weeks of not playing until week 1? Now, I will not lie to you. You're going to have to address Mr. Raheem Morris with that one. I myself thought they probably should have gone out there a little bit. Even our buddy from the past who tried to go out there for a series or so.
I love that.
When he was playing, we at least let him get his feet wet. I do feel like I would have liked to, but I'm going to try to trust the process, and hopefully we get some good results. Brandon says we're going to hit all 4 deep ones. I got you. Deep wheel to route Bijan. Let me tell you something. Yeah, on the wheel route, yeah, Bijan is going to be a problem this year. Problem. Brandon also said, "Oh yeah, okay, Centennial Yards. You know what? A lot of people were talking about over there. I hear you, brother. We are gonna be there. It's a little bit of a family affair for the first game, so we will be out there, brother. If we get the opportunity, we will pull up and check y'all out. Absolutely." Southside says, "I think we can beat Buffalo this season." I don't think we can't. I can still say, yeah, they're still one of the top 4 teams in the NFL. But do y'all get the feeling more than ever that there just aren't those invincible teams? I mean, there was a small time in the Brady era where New England just looked absolutely unbeatable. But there aren't any teams like that. If you want to say Philadelphia is the closest, you can. But we beat Philadelphia. The only person that did not play in the Philadelphia game that was in the Super Bowl was AJ Green. AJ Green. I keep calling that man AJ Green, and it's a color too. AJ Brown. Every time I think AJ, I keep thinking about the brother from Georgia. But no, AJ Brown. So Philly can be beat. Kansas City, as you saw last year, can be beat. Buffalo can be beat. So you just have to go out there with the mindset. And Southside, you're right. If you go out there with the same mindset, the right mindset, yeah, we can beat Buffalo. We can beat the Phillies of the world. And if I think Buffalo's the toughest team we got on our schedule, and we might get them being at home. We just might get them. I think the balance is so tight. We can be a few stairs, a few little weights from the season going this way, but then we could be a few from the season pointing up to a double-digit win season. It's that close. The only team I think in the NFL, maybe this Tennessee Titans. But the only other team I see in the NFL that if they win more than 4 games, I will be shocked, and that's our buddies down there in New Orleans. That they're gonna have a miserable season this year. And my care and concern will be 0. Southside said Tua might not even be playing by the time we face them. Well, I hope he is for his physical sake. But, I know what you're saying there. Yeah, he's one of those cats that I do get scared of, though, Rick. Because them last couple of hits, man, he did not look well. But hopefully he can get through this year. We got April Thomas, which means that's our brother Ron Thomas in the house. What's going on, Ron? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Georgia Texas boy says, I think Kansas City is still top dog. It is Kansas City until somebody straight up beats Kansas City, they are still the team. Cincinnati snuck in there the 1 year, but since then, Mahomes is right at the ship against Mr. Burrow. So I'm right there with you. Kansas City's still there. Brandon said we should have beat Washington. Don't get me started. We should have beat a lot of teams, Brandon. Brandon, if I'm putting it out there, man, I said we weren't gonna do it, but man, Chargers, Saints, those are games I mean, even Carolina at the end of the year. I'm sorry. Probably should add those. Pandemic says if we don't go into the season taking anyone lightly and keep our foot on the gas, we go 12-5. That's probably right. Keep the mentality as if play it a game at a time. I know people hate that cliche, but you do have to play one at a time. You can't try to squeeze all the games into one basket like that. Got to play one at a time. Worry about Tampa Bay. Don't worry about Don't peek at the Minnesota game until you're done with Tampa Bay. And that's gonna be a Sunday night game too. Brandon says teams have to contend with us too. Drake, Bijan, Penix, deep ball is no cakewalk. We're gonna see this year. Let's win Sunday and get the Benz alive this year. Brandon, you know as I do, and I think fans last year especially, we could talk about the Kirk Cousins thing if we want to, as far as the negative. But there was some different juice in there last year, even when Kirk was there. When we won the game against Tampa, when we won the game against the Saints, when we should have won the game against Kansas City, it was still fire in that stadium, that Sunday night game. So if you bring the winning to Atlanta, you can get this bad boy started. We can absolutely get it started. And for all of the, well, y'all Falcon fans aren't real fans, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying, okay, but person from the outside looking in, I'm sorry. Most people don't get moved. The all day ride and die fans that when I go to the game and I see, we're always there. We're there. And I'm sure those of you who sitting at home and ride or die at your couch every day, you're there. You're there with them. But the fan that makes the crowd, that makes the stadium full, is the fan that says, oh man, y'all, we lost 7 years in a row. I need something to feel good about. That's why I can't get mad when folks say, man, y'all gonna be the same thing I mean, we're on a 7-year losing streak. I put up the stat 3 weeks ago. Other than the Jets, we're tied with Carolina as the team that has been out of the playoff picture the longest in this 7 years. So we don't have a lot for the, I don't say wishy-washy fan, for the pessimistic Falcon fan. For that person, the Falcons have to give them something to believe in, and that starts Sunday against Tampa. If you give them something and we start off 1-0, and I turn around and look at these standings and we 1-0 and start off the season, sometimes that's all you need to kick it off. Penix has a good game. See people swag surfing and stuff. That's all it takes, folks. Doesn't take a lot. Georgia Texas boy, that's what I'm saying. Take away that last season plunders, and we're on path for a 13-win season. We literally just lost about 5 games last year. Pittsburgh, for some reason, I don't think Kirk Cousins was going to be healthy last year. I don't know what happened in that Seattle game, but we flat out lost that game. The Denver game last year, that was an embarrassment, and we lost that game. We stuck with Minnesota, but I think Minnesota just at that time was just taking total advantage of us going up and down the field in that game. But those are only the games that we had no chance last year, physically and psychologically. Every other game we were in. Every other game last year we were in. And you got to keep that mentality. George Texas boy said, facts, 1 week at a time. Right now, Tampa Bay. You gotta, that's how you gotta say it. We tell it to the little league boys when they out there playing. Don't worry about you playing so-and-so in week 4. Man, worry about this game right here. You got to. Brandon, he's right. The Dallas game was a good crowd too. Man, that Dallas game, and don't get me wrong, the Cowboy fans was there. They were there. But boy, when Atlanta started rolling, when Atlanta started rolling, and don't let that score fool you because Dallas had to come back. We knocked out Dak. We knocked out CeeDee Lamb. Oh, when we were rolling, man, that stadium was super hype. King Richie in the house. What's going on, King? How you doing, brother? He said, "What's good, Unc? I'm here to tell you we will put the league on notice this year. To be honest, especially this defense, this whole organization seems they are bonded and be on the same page." My brother King Richie has a new podcast. I'm gonna need y'all to support it. And King, I'm gonna need you to put. I know it's Dirty Falcon podcast. Put it in the chat for me, brother, because what I want to do is the same love you give to me when you come to the chat. I want to make sure I return it to you. Y'all make sure y'all give King some love when he has his podcast on there. Put it on there, brother. Put it in the chat for me. Brandon says, "I can't wait to see how the Benz will look for a winning season, bruh. You and me both. And Lord knows, I can't wait until the Benz host the playoff game. Lord, let me see. He will. It's coming. It's coming." Island Mike in the house. What's going on? Tonight we're talking about just everyone's emotional attachment to this 2025 season. What you're feeling going into the season. Again, y'all make sure y'all go to @Dirty Falcon podcast for King Richie. The knowledge is there. I love hearing the brother when he talk on everybody else's show. So y'all make sure y'all pour that same love into his show at Dirty Falcons podcast. I subscribed last week. Make sure y'all follow in the footsteps of that. I appreciate that. King says you know something I noticed when our offense gets to rolling too hard, here comes the refs to slow us down, even with Kirk. It's kind of interesting. I did kind of see a little bit of extra refereeing when it came to us. I mean, it seemed like we got penalized a whole lot last year. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe that cash app came from the other side. I don't know. Robin said, "What's up, Robin? How you doing now?" He said, "What's up? Fresh off work. What did I miss? You didn't miss a thing, man. Not only did you not miss a thing, it's your chance to talk about it. What your excitement level? We're not talking about your predictions per se. What's your excitement level for the season this year? Are you somebody that's saying, 'Hey, this is going to be the year'? Are you somebody that's going to go to great evil out and same old blocks for this year? What are you thinking going into the 2025 season?" Southside Richard said, "I haven't been this excited for a Falcon season since we drafted Julio." Okay. I will tell you, I got excited. I got overhyped for the season after the debacle in Houston, up at the Super Bowl, because I thought it was going to take a lot for that team to overcome how we lost that game. And if y'all really think about it, that 2017 season, the next one after the Super Bowl year, no, it didn't have the wide open offense and stuff like that. But if y'all remember, we had a really solid defense. And Philadelphia is kind of lucky they got past that game with the Falcons. Now, they matched us a little bit with the defense, but the Philadelphia team that year will probably tell you that was their toughest task. Because remember, they blew out Minnesota, and then New England wasn't exactly a hard game for them, too. If y'all remember, New England had to come back to try to make the game close against Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. So I do feel like we are on the right track. I am interested to let those young guys come up, take training wheels off. Let's keep doing it. Let's see what we got going on. And I'm really thinking this is gonna be an exciting year, y'all. This is gonna be very exciting. Robinson says, "I'm excited. I think we break the streak and make a deep playoff run. See, that's what I'm saying. If I really haven't said what I thought this year, and I'm kind of piggybacking off Robin. I really do feel like now that the youth is kind of in control, when you look at the quarterback position, you look at the influx of players that have come in from the draft, and really in the last 2 years with captains like Caden and Jesse back there helping things out. I really do feel like this is one of those years that not only will we break the streak of a winning record, I really feel like this Atlanta Falcons team can win a playoff game and possibly have a chance to get to that NFC Championship game if everything falls right. I know all 31 other teams are saying the same thing, but I just from what I see, I think that's yeah, what I see is gonna go on. Brandon says the Benz opened up the club and had a watch party. Oh, okay. Dope scene. They actually have another area up in the 300 area that they just opened too. That's it sounds like it's gonna be a pretty hype area. King Richard said, "Do you think our defense will surprise some teams this year?" I think they are, Richie, because nobody is expecting. I think the Falcons' reputation, and hear me out. I'm not saying we didn't deserve ridicule in the Dean Pease years and stuff like that. I think people are kind of used to us not sacking the quarterback, not putting pressure on us, not putting pressure on the other team from a defensive standpoint. So until we show them, King, until we show them, we that's the thought process of the Falcons. I hope Tampa Bay comes out just like that. I hope Tampa Bay comes out and thinks we still got Nate Landman in there. We still got Richie Grant controlling the back. I hope they really think that's what we have. And then that's when you hit them and sock them up and surprise them. Georgia Texas boy say, I do think a lot of teams and media pundits sleeping on Atlanta. And that's from my standpoint, that's awesome. I was looking, as y'all know, I always get these books every year. Now, Lindy's not getting us any love. Lindy said we still going to be 8-9, second place. We're not going to be anything. Athlon, for the first time in like 7 years, says we're going to be a wild card team, at least. I think both of them are wrong. I think we're going to win the division, and really be a player in the NFC. Finish the story we didn't finish from week 9 last year. I remember week 9, beat Dallas. Should have been going into New Orleans, beat them. I think even more than this is a different team, this is a finish the story team. Because we really should have finished off the rest of the league last year after getting out to that hot start. King said they're expecting that cover 3 sauce. Yeah, absolutely. And they're not expecting speed too, King. They're not expecting speed. I think they're expecting same old Falcons. We're gonna play a little soft. We're gonna play off your 20 yards. We're gonna do that. I don't think they ready for it. Third Bird says, I'm excited for improvement. Don't think I would be disappointed this year. Yeah. Yep. I think I've seen the improvement already. I've seen that. George Texas boy said, this is finally the team that succeed. Matt Ryan. Yeah. And it's good that they've been bringing Matt into the building. If y'all noticed, Matt was at a couple of the scrimmages this year. Him, one by himself, when he brought the family, brought the kids up there and everything like that. It's good to see. If y'all remember, that wasn't ancient history. That was like 2022. That they unceremoniously, the same regime now, was sans Arthur Smith, but the same general manager now, that they had to decide, yeah, Matt, you're not part of our plans. And less than a year or two later, not only is he back, he's making hype videos last year for us. He's at the practices trying to help Michael Penix. It's beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. Ala Mike said we're gonna get 51 sacks. That's only 3 a game. I think we can. Y'all heard Louis Riddick already put his stamp on James Pierce. He said James Pierce is not only going to be rookie of the year. He said he's going to lead the league in sacks. What? What? I'm trying to tell you. I said the Magic City Blitz on the gold stage. Sapphire. Oh man. George Texas boy said, which it should be with your franchise quarterback. Absolutely. Absolutely. It should be. Absolutely. So listen, hey, y'all have no idea how much I appreciate y'all, because after we had the glitch at first when I was giving y'all the Alvin and the Chipmunks version, y'all came back, not only came back, but came back strong and supported your uncle. And I appreciate that. I promise y'all more and more to come as we creep up on week 1 of the 2025 season, which it sounds like a lot of us agree that this is going to be a year to remember. Again, if y'all don't mind, please do a couple of things for me. Please make sure you like the video if you haven't already. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to Uncle Steve's Lounge, make sure you do it for me. And then 3, if you get a chance, if you're on Twitter, X, share out the video. Let everybody know where we are. Let them know, hey, there's this gray-haired dude that come on there and got these lava lamps behind him, and he like to talk about the Falcons, and he going to read your comment, and he's going to get interactive with you. Y'all make sure y'all spread the word for that. That would help me out. We're trying to get to 2,000 before the year is out. Let's see if we can make that happen before the year. And as always, your uncle always going to have that R&B funk at the end, so y'all can ride out at the end of the video and just smooth it on. We got some more music coming for 2025. But until then, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Everyone have a blessed week, and we'll catch you later on to talk about these Atlanta Falcons.
You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's